Oh, okay. Is this thing on? Oh. Okay, Thursday night. Yes, Thursday. Weird things happen on Thursdays. I can never get the hang of Thursdays. Yeah, I was just sitting here staring at some notes. Oh, hello. And decided, what the hell, I ain't done one of these in a little while, so I'll just pop on for a few minutes. See how everybody's doing. How's everybody going? There's the high sign. Okay. Yeah, true, but the thing is, I don't have to worry about it because I'm off work till Tuesday. Ha 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 ha. Yep, so how's everybody doing tonight? What's up? Now, most of you have Good Friday off out there, don't you? Here, let's. Now, you see, I get better lighting on the phone than I do on my regular camera. Yeah, so I'm assuming folks get Good Friday off, because it's Easter weekend. That confusing time when you don't know if you're talking about the guy who rose from the dead or the bunny that jumps around leaving colored eggs everywhere. But that's a whole different thing. My cold's pretty much dried up. I still get a little bit of tickle in the back of the throat, but we've had this strain of the cold running around that's been knocking everybody on their ass up here. I hear Peter, Paul, and Mary pooped out a chariot with the... yeah, it's kind of weird how Eccleston has finally come forward and starts going on and on and on about his raw deal with Doctor Who. And, Russell T. Davies knew all about it, and that's why I was bitter, and I still refuse to come back to the Doctor Who. Yet, now... oh, looky, he's going to be at London filming Comic-Con, charging people up the ass for photos and autographs. Now, the thing is, Eccleston never turned his back on the show, in the fan sense. If people walked up to him and, asked for him, to sign stuff or something like that, he always did it. But it's just weird how he comes out and goes... oh, I got the raw deal. Oh, and then all of a sudden, I'll be at London Film at Comic-Con, pay me money. All right. I would really love... if the thing is this. There's no way you're going to get a crossover at this point. There's only going to be lucky if you get... I just love it if they get Eccleston in to do Big Finish even. Because now that you've got Billy Piper doing it and all that, you've got a whole lot of ground. Not to mention you've got 1 million parsecs of ground you could cover that take place before Rose. So, okay. Any questions, concerns? Vitality. Yes, I'm staring at you. And you know who you are. Yeah. Yeah, as you all know, there's been some weirdness going on out there. Well, there was no almost came back for the 50th. What happened was they called him in. And Moffat's making it sound like, it's a whole lot like there was even a chance. I don't think there was. Unless they were really going to shell him out some money, I don't think it was going to happen. Also, I don't believe for a minute that script was the same as what John Hurt took over. Because from what I heard, he told somebody a while back that script that came up on the TV was way different from the one they showed him. And his role was not as large. Which was one of the reasons I think he turned it down. That and the fact that, of course, like I said, he just wasn't ready to return to Doctor Who. He's never had any hatred towards the program itself. Okay, so we got a lot of weirdness going on. Of course, the Series 9 soundtrack is finally going to be available. Yay! Who gives a shit? But it's just not something I collect. But April 27th, the Series 9 soundtrack is coming out. And the thing is, are you kidding me? He'd like to do sequels if they flipped him the right amount of cash. I guarantee you he would have been in there. But apparently there's been a lot of malarkey going around because a lot of the new merchandise bears the new logo. Now, one of the things that's been going on out there, and I cannot stand this because it's starting to really ebb away at my brain pattern. The new logo is always being referred to as the Jody logo. It's not the Jody logo. The new logo is the current logo for Doctor Who. It's not Jodie Whittaker's logo. It's not the female doctor logo. It's the current logo for the television show. So that's why... Well, no, a lot of people are thinking this is a new thing where, newer brand logos are put on old stuff. Go back and look at some of... Yeah, you're right. See, William got it there. It's been that way since, way back God knows when. When something comes out like a book or anything like that, if it came out, like if you had books coming out during the 80s and all that, they had either the diamond logo or the neon logo on them. And that could have been first Doctor stories, second Doctor stories. But you see what I mean? It's always been a thing where the logo is the same as what the era it comes out in. So it's not the Jodie logo. It is the current logo for Doctor Who. The brand name. And I know there's some people out there going, Dr. Freedom, I want to make you a logo. The thing is, I don't want my logo to reflect the shows. I've done that before, been there, done that, had some fun with it. But the thing is, the current logos I have are ones I did on my own that are completely original. So, Dr. Freedom t-shirt, you're going to be waiting a long time. Because t-shirts cost money. And then I'd have to charge people for them and shit like that. And it is, so what's on your minds tonight, guys? We got a lot of stuff I can go over. We got, got Sharon D. Clark babbling out that her character of Mary, of course, is married to Graham, who was played by Bradley Walsh. And it's beginning to look like we've got a family dynamic going on here. And, of course, family being the key word for the Whittaker era of Doctor Who. And, of course, we got certain jackasses out there who are already jumping up and down going, the show is going to suck based off the 4 or 5 photos we have of the filming. Oh, I swear to God, this whole Jodie thing is driving me insane. Oh, my goodness gracious. Now, a lot of people are like, well, Dr. Freedom, how come you're so gung-ho about it? How come you're... It's like, the thing is this. I'd rather be optimistic and have, be heartbroken later than just be heartbroken and then get kicked in the balls if it's bad. So it's kind of like a double whammy. So I'm going to keep my hopes up and just say, look, when it comes out and it sucks, then we'll worry about it sucking. But like I said, till then, that's all we can do. Of course, she's got naked pictures. No, I can't think of her that way. No, that's the Doctor now. I'd love to see her get zap Dean when he reaches over to grab a handful of her butt. That would be funny. If there was a supernatural Doctor Who crossover, the Winchesters. All right, funny story, though, for you folks. Jared Padalecki, who plays Sam Winchester. The thing is, a while back, Mark Shepard, that little guy, Canton Delaware the Third or whatever, he took Jared Padalecki to the BBC display at the San Diego Comic-Con the one year. And Padalecki was literally so tall he bumped his head against the top of the doorway when they were trying to go into the BBC Worldwide's. The thing, no, it was BBC America had a TARDIS, a police box out for display. Padalecki tries to go in it and literally can't. Has to duck to go through the doorway. Oh, there we go. The women driver jokes. Dude, when were any of the other doctors any damn good at driving it? Oh, yeah. Hello there. Hiya, Pat. So anything else on your mind tonight, guys? Because I'm going to stay on here just a few minutes tonight, maybe answer some questions, causes, concerns. Look over there. There's a Dalek head on my cabinet. It's looking at me. Oh, of course, I'm always looking good. What's up? You call this looking good? Wait a minute. And no, that whole left the brakes on bullshit. No, thank you. I've never subscribed to that. It is not canon. Oh, great. This has got to be a way caught. A phony account. Ugh. Because I passed 28, 29 a long time ago. Just babbling on about general subjects. So what else we got going on here? Let's take a look. Okay, who gives a shit? All right, moving on. Soundtrack we already talked about. Eccleston. Now, here's the thing. People have been talking about, what if you could do a classic companion show? The problem is it ain't going to happen. And the reason why it ain't going to happen is because if you were going to bring back classic companions, the opportunity time would have been 5 years ago during the, during the 50th anniversary special. And guess what? It didn't happen. So, sorry. Oh, allergies have been going nuts. Yeah, but did you see how much he's charging you? Okay, so, and of course, there's been speculation that since it's 2018, it's the 55th anniversary of Doctor Who, they're going to do something they ain't. There's nothing on the block for it. Of course, everybody's hopeful that something will happen for the 60th. Sorry, something should have happened for the 50th, and it didn't. Like I said, one of these days I got to sit down and do the documentary. I'm going to call it Error of the Zygons, about all the bad writing that was just involved in Day of the Doctor, yet everybody called it the biggest, the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I still can't get over that. To me, the whole Zygon subplot was a waste of time. Not to mention the main plot wasn't for shit either. I still can't figure out what anybody sees in that episode other than, oh, look, there's clips of all the doctors together at the end. Hey, who gives a shit? Yet when they do the final scene, they got a bunch of stand-ins. And it's like, oh, really? You really needed to have stand-ins for the last series. Perfect? It wasn't even on the near side of the galaxy where Perfect lives. The problem was the 3D effects were a waste of money. It was a gimmick to get people in the theater seats. Same thing with John Hurt being brought in instead of Paul McGann. And also, for the money they paid to film one 75-minute episode in 3D, they could have filmed four possibly five 1-hour episodes in regular HD. And no, it's like, in other words, you could have had a series of specials, but the thing was, Moffat knew when he signed on to do this show that more than likely he was going to be doing the 50th anniversary year. He never bothered to plan for it. And then, oh, look, the only person I had signed for the 50th anniversary year was Clara. Yeah. Well, and then, of course, I had to write this, and this. It's like, bullshit. You could have, and then, oh, well, I got a better idea. Let's push the latter half of the previous series episodes into 2013 and make it look like we've got more than one. And then they go, oh, look, you got 7 episodes. Yeah, 7 episodes of almost shit. Come on, look, you got the Spoonheads, the Rings of A-Hole 10, Journey to the Center of My Disappointment. Heaven Sent wasn't bad. I'm talking about the 2013 year, when they could have done a series of and I love how everybody's like, 75 minutes. I felt that was more than accurate. I thought that was more than enough to tell the fucking second part of The End of Time was 75 minutes. David Tennant's Swan Song episode, the second part, was 75 minutes. Yet all they devoted for the 50th anniversary year was one 75-minute special in 3D with with mediocre writing at best. Come on, we're the Zygons. Now we have this magical MacGuffin device that can help us travel forward in time. Here's an idea. We're in the 16th century. We've already conquered the British Empire effectively by taking over the hierarchy of that empire. I got an idea. Let's go forward in time to the 21st century where we're outnumbered even more by the humans, and now they have more modern weapons. Really? That makes sense at all? They could have conquered the planet in the 1580s. And as Pertwee said, you give them breech-loading weapons now, yada, yada, yada. They're going to have atomic weaponry. They could have had the planet conditioned by the 21st century. All they had to do, get ready for this. This is going to kick you in the balls. Well, in a theoretical sense. They weren't thinking fourth dimensionally. All you had to do was leave a force in the past. Then you send a few guys into the future. Congratulations, guess what? By leaving the guys in the past, they stay in charge. The future they go to is Zygon controlled. But of course, no. As long as we get the big cry at the end, nobody gives a shit. That's one of the problems I have with some of Moffat's era. Some of the episodes all had the quote-unquote big cry formula. It didn't matter how shit the writing was, as long as you had the big dramatic moment there with, oh, it's the greatest episode ever, like The Rings of A-Hole 10. It's like, come on, the plotless wonder. But it had the big speech at the end, and that's all anyone gives a shit about. Oh, look, Susan got mentioned. Yay. Oh. Meanwhile, Carol Ann Ford's still alive, and she didn't get it to appear in the 50th anniversary special. Neither did William Russell, who played Ian Chesterton, one of the original companions, who's now in his 90s. And guess what? They're going to sit back and watch him die before they give him another opportunity to be on the show. They don't give a shit. And it's like you've got all these other people who would have happily stepped in to continue the Sarah Jane adventures, and a lot of people are like, well, maybe they should have. Now, even Russell T Davies is saying, why didn't we keep it going? And there was so many other people who would have happily stepped in and continued that legacy. Even if you just had the kids going on and, say, brought in somebody else to help tide things over. Such as, you had Katie Manning, you had, Sophie Aldred, Matter of fact, one of my ideas was, you have Perry show back up on Earth. She's from the 80s. And these kids have to bring her up to date. There, right there, you had a whole series or two of fun anecdotes. Like, what's the internet? Yeah. But that's just me. All right, any other questions, concerns, ideas? Not from a troll account. Yeah, because I've already seen 2 or 3 really obvious troll accounts dropping messages. All right, anybody, anything? Come on, you're all too quiet out there.
You're making me feel lonely.
This mug I got it from my wife, actually, so I kind of stole it from her. Yeah, I do too. I didn't like the fact that they confirmed the Brigadier's death how many times, and then all of a sudden, wham, bam, no, we're never going to confirm that Sarah Jane is dead. Because in Russell T Davies' mind, she'll be forever. Yeah, I would love to see Ace back, but the thing is, they're never going to do it. They wasted all that time on... I got an idea for a spinoff, guys. The only tie to Doctor Who will be the name of the location. It won't be the actual Coal Hill School. It'll be the Coal Hill Academy. And it'll be a bunch of kids who are fighting one of the stupidest villains ever came up with. The Shadowkin, who are stone people who are going to boink. Oh, man. And then it all turns out to be an elaborate plan by the Weeping Angels. And oh God, no Adric. Adric's. I have no idea what Bull's Trek is. Thank you. Class really was really bad. It was horrible. And the first 3 episodes had some promise, and then it went. After night visiting, I believe it was. It just went right down the toilet. The only other interesting episode that was even halfway watchable was what Quill did. Everything else was moronic. And you see, that was the problem. A lot of people were freaking out. Chib's going to ruin the show. It's like, yeah, because I hope they don't do the same thing where you have one person writing the whole damn thing, because that was a mistake. Because Patrick Ness really fumbled the ball on that project. He really did. Okay, anything else? Questions, concerns, queries? And I don't mean queries as in a dirty way of describing gay people. I mean, there could be possibly anything. Jodie Whittaker, anything's possible. Now, the reason why, like I said, I'm staying hopeful until we see something, because if we see it and it's shit, okay, then Series 11 news, not really. Like I said, other than we got Sharon D. Clark earlier this week talking about her character. I got it from my wife. How many times I got to answer that? It was my wife's mug. I don't know where she had it from. I pretty much stole it. It became mine. So anything else, folks? I'm going to give you a few more minutes. And now here's the thing. A lot of people have been jumping up down going, oh my God, they're going back to historicals. And the thing is, while I think the characters are going to be involved with historical events, they're the last pure historical, and I mean with pure as in there was no alien intervention or anything like that in it, was Black Orchid. And it was a pretty good story. But the thing is, I don't think you're ever going to see that again. Where there's not some alien menace involved. We've had no word on the TARDIS redesign other than, as of Gallifrey 1, and this is from the people who do the designs, it's still in the works, just like Jodie's sonic screwdriver. Like I have no idea why somebody's running around putting up a CGI render they got from somebody saying this is going to be the new sonic screwdriver. Like I said, I have nothing against Ace, Creep, or anything like that, but he's being misinformed. Just like there's going to be action figures. No shit, really? You get 45,000 views for stating something that you don't have to be Nostradamus to predict? Ugh. Anything else, folks? Because I'm going to be getting off here in a few minutes. Because I'm writing Chapter 7 of Comes the Imperator for Dr. Freedom and Eric, the audio plays. Does anyone have any questions about the audio plays? Does anyone listen to them? Anybody at all? Because we do those for fun, just for to kill time. Because we knew there was going to be a lot of time between episodes and between now and the next series. And I just sat down and said, look, let's do something for fun and giggles. I've already had a couple more people approach me to do roles. And like I said, I got to sit down. I'm in the middle of writing Chapter 7. Because I already have notes laid out. But the thing is, you got to let the story take you where it wants to. Like, I'm writing a scene right now that just popped into my head that wasn't in the original outline at all. And like I said, now for you folks who watched the last chapter, originally, the role of Dr. Victory was originally going to be played by Caroline Munro. And what happened was that all fell apart. Her agent found out, and agents want money. And unfortunately, because of the British rules, equity, and British union rules for actors, they basically, you got to get paid for it. And that's why I had to pay to even have Sophie Aldred appear all the way back in Skydark. So her agent found out, said, okay, we want the, we're going to have to charge it. And then I said, sorry, no. It was only going to be like for the one scene where, remember all the way back when Dr. Victory beams in, and then that scene where then it ends with her saying, I'm sorry. That was going to be all of Dr. Victory. And then somebody stepped in and said, okay, I'd like to do it. I said, okay. So I gave him a shot. And of course, that, is Neferset, who you now all know. And she's been reading it ever since. And originally what happened was it was just supposed to be that scene. And that was going to be it for Dr. Victory. That's all you're going to see of Dr. Victory. And then it was going to be hinted at later that Dr. Victory was the one who was compromised on the Council of 12. And the crew was the two guys, Grimsdyke and Krog, were going to be whacked by TCB, the droid. Originally, he was going to show back up after having hidden during the Cyberlick invasion, and he was going to whack the two guys left at the station. And then it was going to go on from there. Anything else? Because I'm going to give you all about a few more minutes and I got to run. Like I said, Series 11, there's been some miscellaneous filming reports. The problem is, if you're a new user to DWSR, it's a pain in the ass now because you've got a bunch of people who are following idiots. I'm going to teach you. I don't like the 5 Who fans because I don't like the 5 Who fans. Next. Will the baddies get a hold of Eric? That's, like I said, I got to give all that away yet. Come on. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, I bought those a long time ago. They came with a display stand, but I wanted to save some shelf space, and they kind of looked better up there. So yeah, that's my Riddick blades up there in the back corner. Below that is my Mason sword, or the sword of the Masons. It was put out as a thing for a while. My Illuminati symbol. Oh yeah, and someone was asking about that photo up there for a while there. And I said, look, that photo there with the red with the black background, that was the tour poster for Henry Rollins when he turned 50. He did a tour called spoken words tour called 50. And I got that signed by him and all that. I have no idea what a Batman Ninja film is. It's just, like I said, I like Batman and all that, but I don't know. I don't watch everything related to it. It's just, Okay, anything else? I am hearing something about that. They're doing another Doomsday thing for Superman. So another Death of Superman is going to be animated. I'm going to look into that. There's some more familiar faces there. Darn it, I wish the light weren't glaring off that one photo. Oh, well. Tell you what, folks, I think I'm going to go ahead and cash it in for the night. I just wanted to stop in and say hello. Like I said, Series 9 soundtrack is on its way out. April 27th. Death of Captain Jack came out today. Haven't seen Black Panther yet, no. Yeah, Eccleston's announced he's going to be doing cons now. Or at least he's going to be at London Film and Comic Con. Let's see what else we got going on. And other than that, like I said, there's just some miscellaneous filming, different locations going on. And like I said, I'd love it if Chris would come to America, but like I said, I was very lucky, though, to get that photo up there in the middle. I'd have to go look it up. There's an article about it over on... They're filming it now. They started filming it. That War of the Worlds current one is going to be set in the proper year or whatever, whatnot. I had an article on the Dr. Freedom page about it. I was very lucky to get that photo up there from my friend Beef because Jody Whittaker ain't coming to America anytime soon. At least not till San Diego Comic Con. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and run. It's been about a half an hour. And stay tuned, stay for thing, because I may, you never know. I got 4 days off. I may pop in again on you tomorrow. Yes. And so take care, ta-ta, enjoy the rest of your evening. See you on the flip side, folks.